Dome, 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 dome. Looks like everything is going. The light is green. The trap is clean. We can begin the program. Oh my God. Good Lord. How long has it been? It's been a minute, has it not? It is June 25th. It is Tuesday. I am the General. You are the Legion of X. You are the Legion of Extras. We together are the bottom of the glass nation. Generation X. Gen X Talks. A bunch of jabronis that are extras. Formed a legion, joined a nation, and you guys promoted me to the acting rank of general. It's a title I don't deserve, but I will take it. Yeah, because the pay is so good. Oh, the pay is so good up here. And the food, oh, I can't even tell you. The food is bar none. I'm having to drink refrigerated Hawaiian water today. Yeah, and if Donna SpongeBob was here, she'd understand what I'm talking about. The rest of you don't, unless you, no, hold on. Unless you've been around since the beginning of time, then you guys do know what I'm talking about, and this makes complete sense. All right, there's so much to talk about, so much to get caught up on, and then the big letdown. Yeah, then there's going to be like, we got this, and we did that, and we're here, we're sorry for missing the show, and we were sick and doing that, blah, 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 blah. Oh. Yeah, because at the end of it, no. Yeah, there's a letdown at the end. So hang up at the peak of the show, hang up, and then you know, it's like the best part of your marriage, and then get out. Leave at the best part. You just look at your partner and go, look, this is as good as it's going to get. I'm sure something's going to go downhill from here. So I'm divorcing you now before it gets shitty. I want to remember this is a good marriage. That is sound marital advice. Leave when things are at their best so you don't have to endure the bad parts. Because it always goes up and then it goes down. Go back and leave at the best part. You're fine. So everybody out there in a happy marriage at the pinnacle of success, it's time to call it quits. That's my sage advice for you at this time. I'm just kidding. Don't divorce anybody. Good Lord, I'm just fucking with you. Just 3 people looked over and said, fuck you, I'm quitting. And that's not what I wanted. All right. So there was so much. Why did we miss the last show Saturday? Me. You guys know, some of you who pay very close attention to the program, and not just the program, the Gen X Talks as a whole. Some of you pay very, very, very close attention to that. And you guys know that about 3 months ago, we started saying yes to everything. We were doing yes to interviews, yes to being on podcast, yes to taking stuff on, yes to interviews, yes to going places, yes to showing up either in person, online, up north, down south. We were saying yes, 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 yes. I even said yes to alien abductions with a little bit of probing. Yeah, I just said yes to everybody. I don't want to exclude anybody, and the aliens most of all. I love them so much. Apparently they love me too, with bigger probes than I would have chosen. What do I got here between the sheets? I have, looks like my whole screen turned teal over here. Nightbot, $5. I'm from Mars. Where's my show? This is what I'm seeing. Nightbot working on the aliens representation there. We got I got a P-32-3 create modulator. They're going to blow up the Earth. And for those of you that are not Gen X, that just sounded stupid coming out of a big fat guy like me. But for a lot of you that were raised in the 70s and early 80s, that was hilarious. And Marvin the Martian, and that you get that. But it's okay if you don't. So we're working on that Nightbot. 10 Brother Bruns, 10 memberships. Peaks and valleys are part of surviving Gen X. Hello, handsome general. There's one. That is a handsome general. Where do we get? Brother Brent's been around. I thought he was been around longer than that. 10 months is a long damn time, but I thought he'd been around a bit longer than that. Maybe it's just we get along so well. Yeah, maybe that's why. I just figured him as being part of things for a bit longer than that. And perhaps he was. All right. GTRLT Steve. Hey, General, my cats say hello and that you are very handsome. You are very handsome like her dad. Okay, that was weird. I don't like cats. And there's a real reason why I don't like cats. And I'm not saying all of you are stupid if you like cats. No. A bit naive, I feel. No. Look at your cat. If you have a cat near you, look at your cat. If you don't have a cat, picture one of your friends and their cats. Look how they look at you most of the time. If they were bigger, they'd eat you. That's it. That's all. They just happen to be small. But they look at you and go, if I was bigger, I would just eat you. Now feed me, pet me, love me, adore me. Because one day they might be bigger. Evolution and all. You never know. But anyway, that's why I don't like cats, because they look at me like they know they would eat me if they were, 200 pounds bigger. So I don't like that at all. All right. Two Bear, member for 27 months. Brother runs KGXT Studios. Long lost brother Two Bear, calling from down in the depths of the Southern California area. The real bottom of the glass nation are having one. Well, thank you very much. I'm drinking refrigerated Hawaiian water, and my friend Two Bear down there, he's trying to pump me up on the phone today, and I'm going, no. Wasn't having any encouragement today. But I'll take a sip as you take a drink. We'll take a pour both ways, and we'll call it a good evening and keep going. All right, so where was next? I had some stuff. Oh, yeah. So, I've been saying yes to everything, going everywhere, doing everything. On top of that, we just opened escrow on some properties in Bearland, out of state. You guys have been following along with that. If you're in the podcast, you know exactly what we're talking about. And anybody who has ever bought anything, I mean, if you've bought a skyscraper, if you've bought a home, if you've bought a car, I don't care if you'd haggled with a dude on Craigslist over an old refrigerator, there comes a certain amount of stress that goes along with it. I was open to that. I've been doing that kind of stuff my entire life. I actually don't mind and look forward to some of the haggling process. I do. But being an old man, what I'm learning in the last month or so is that my body doesn't take it as well as I thought. And I'm having all sorts of issues just with the stress and trying to do everything. And let me get back to, so there's just stress upon stress. Even when you're not doing anything, my mind is going on the things I gotta be there, gotta do this, gotta talk, gotta do a little homework before I interview that guy, gotta do homework on this podcast before I ship over there, gotta do this, gotta move upside down, backwards, forward, left, right, up, down, yin, yang. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So, and it comes along, we get down to Torrance. We had a Torrance gig with Daniel Edwards. Trippy Pineapple showed up. I got some pictures of that in a little bit. And on the way home, Briggs said, I'll drive. And I got it, I can do it. I had to drive home. We drove down really early in the morning. We did the Torrance gig down there. It was a cultural arts festival, met some cool people. And then home is 2.5 hours to get home. And I had the Bottom of the Glass show. Should have just let him drive from the get-go. But I was very prideful. And I didn't want to, and I didn't let him. And I got about halfway home, and I pulled over on the side of the road. I was on Interstate 5. I pulled over and said, I can't drive anymore. And even though I rested the other half of the way home, I knew I was sick. I went straight into bed, didn't wake up for 5 hours. I was not well. I mean, just physically ill. Gen X Mom.
Trippy says, sounds like the mic is coming from your Mac.
Huh. Let's see here. Let me look and see. Because we have different things here. Let's see. Trippy says mic's bad. Let me look at it. Stand by, citizens. Stand by. Well, we got audio capture input is a little tougher for me to do, so hang on. Oh, default. Look at that. Zoom 8. Look at that. Trippy Dippy Pineapple. Does that sound better? No, it does not sound better. Let me try another one. Vacation device. Brickway, Junior, social media name, video capture device, text free, phone, main microphone. Let me try again. Main microphone, properties. Oh, it does say iMac. Look, that Trippy Dippy was right. I think we got it now. Trippy Dippy Pineapple called it. I was talking through my mic, which means this microphone wasn't doing anything. It was only here for decoration. Good call, Trip. I don't know why everything reset on here. The sizes were wrong and stuff. I did try to fix them. Anyway, so I got home Saturday night. I should, if I was smart and humble and not arrogant and prideful, I would have let the kid drive. But I did. Yeah, I got this. I don't need you driving. I can drive my own damn self. And I was very sick. And Sunday was kind of a recovery day, but Sunday I should have just laid low, but I was so far behind on stuff. I worked in the studio pretty much all day. Same with yesterday and most of today. I had errands to run today. By the time I got back here after running all the errands, and you guys who listen to the podcast who know about Gen X Mom's, the lower back pain stuff we go through, big update on that. And then when I got back today,
I went up into my room. I knew I had like 2.5 hours before the show. I was dying again. Absolutely dying again. So I propped myself up with meds. Here I am moving forward. But the bottom line is what I'm telling you is that I thought I could say yes to everything, everyone, every place, every time. And it turns out I'm having trouble with that. And that bothers me too, because my body just will not do the things it used to do. And it doesn't help when you're not on the same page as everyone around you. You know, you feel like you're kind of fighting an uphill battle and you're fighting other things around you while you're going along. It doesn't help. And when you're not quite on the same page, it's like, why bother trying? I don't even want to anymore. But I can't. I absolutely have some commitments that I've made all the way through till the middle of September. And so I'm going to stick to them. I'm just not going to take on any new things. And just got to go back to, because when I'm sick, I miss the shows. I miss you guys. I don't get to be here. I don't get to vent and cry and complain and have, this is therapy. Now, if I don't come to you guys, I got to go to therapy for $300 an hour. No. Can't do that. Got to do this. All right, let's see if this one's inside. Yeah, see, this one showed up okay. This screen for the drag and drop section of the program looks like it's doing all right. Let us begin with some stuff. Now, this was a bit controversial. I'm not sure if you guys saw this or not. Gen X Talks, we were on Chris Cuomo's podcast. And before you ask, we didn't invite ourselves. God damn it, let the fucking thing go, man. Stupid sticker. We didn't invite ourselves on there. He did this. This is the drag and drop section, not the bounce all around the fucking screen section. I talked to his producers. You guys know this was 3 weeks ago. We got bumped. You know, more important things came along like they do. And we finally got our shot last Friday. And talking with the producers all day, they sent out a film crew. For those of you that are part of the General's Lunchbox on Facebook or Patreon or YouTube members, we put together a video that showed the before, the during, and after of this whole thing. It was a lot of fun. But that's not the point. The point was he called us. We didn't try to book ourselves on his show. He called us. And when I was on the phone with his producers, she was like, she made mention. She says, this was really odd for us. Usually we give Chris on Fridays, we give him a list. Hey, this Friday, would you like, here's 10 guests we can go get. And Chris approves what he wants to do or picks who he wants to talk to and work with. And Chris apparently held up his phone and said, this is Gen X Talks, go find these guys. She was very clear that he brought the show to her instead of the other way around, which I thought was really cool. Now, we did the show. It wasn't anything political. That's what I don't get about, there's a bunch of you guys in here that are complete fucking assholes that beat me up. I can't believe you went on Chris's show. I can't believe you did that. There was people that wrote me letters saying they unsubscribed, unfollowed. And I was like, well, first of all we did was talk about Gen X Talk. He's a fan of Gen X Talks. You went on his show. What is wrong with you? And I answered every email. I answered every comment that I could find because there were members. They were subscribers and members just like you. And they quit. And I discussed it. I wasn't being an asshole. I was discussing it. But I pulled out a quote from Ronald Reagan that came to my mind from years ago. And this is how I ended all of my emails to everyone who was angry. And there wasn't thousands. There wasn't even hundreds. I'll bet there wasn't even more than a dozen, maybe 10 or something. But it bothers me when there's even one. When we don't see eye to eye on something and we can't get to some middle ground, that bothers me even if there's one. There was more than one. Ronald Reagan took I think it was $1,000 donation at the time he was running for president from some gay organization. It wasn't. I don't think it was called LBGTQ back then. I don't know what it was called, but it was definitely a gay pride type of organization. They donated $1,000, and people got mad at Ronald Reagan. Made a big deal about it. In fact, at the next rally that he was holding while he was campaigning, they called him out. These are some of his most loyal supporters. And he looked them right in the face with the microphone and said, listen, when they donated $1,000, they were signing on to my agenda. I wasn't signing on to theirs. And that's what I felt like with Chris. is that I didn't go to him saying, I love liberalism and I love the Democrat Party. I wasn't even saying I love Chris. I just accepted his invitation to go on the show and talk about Gen X Talks. He was signing on to the Gen X Talks notion at that moment. Was he signing on to conservatism or the Republican Party? No, he just was talking about, we were just two Gen X dudes almost like having a beer, shooting the shit about the differences between our kids. That's all he said. That's all I said. It wasn't anything political. But boy, you guys sure made a fucking big deal about it. I'm not going to apologize for going on that show. I'm not going to delete the video. In fact, I contacted one of his producers after and I said, listen, I'd like to write Chris an email thanking him for having us on. Appreciate the spotlight. Appreciate the time. He didn't have to do that for us, and he did it. And I'd like to send him an email, but I know he probably doesn't, give out his personal email. So if you want me to send it to you and you send it to Chris, that's fine. I don't mind. I don't want to bother him. And she didn't answer for the whole day. And at the end of the day, she wrote me a couple short paragraphs and gave me Chris's personal cell phone number. And I said, this is not Chris's number. She goes, it absolutely is. He loves you guys. You text him or give him a call whenever you want. Has nothing to do with politics. Had nothing to do with the current climate of our country. It had to do with a couple of dudes that are the same age with kids about the same age, just shooting the shit about generational differences. That's it. That was all it was. Now, me personally, I want to tell you a little bit of a character arc for me with Chris. I did not like Chris at all back in the day. I didn't like what he stood for. I didn't like how he talked when he was on CNN. I didn't like how he bullied everybody and the stories, and that I didn't really watch him that much because I couldn't stand it. And then he went through his family went, his brother was governor, went through some trouble there. Chris went through some trouble. He's got a new job, new stuff. And if you listen to any of his new stuff, and I did only because we happened to be listening in the show when we were getting ready to go on. I'm not saying he's still not a left guy. I'm not saying he's still not liberal. I'm saying he's still not a hardcore Democrat. I'm sure he is. But the segments that I did listen to, he listened to Republican point of view and said, I'm listening. I'm hearing you. And everybody says, you like this guy? He goes, yeah, full transparency. I do like that guy. And he's a Republican. He said, I don't agree with what he's saying. He's going to have to answer for what he's saying. Sununu was the guy. He's going to have to answer for what he's saying. But I do like the guy. Full transparency, I'm telling you. And there was more. It wasn't just that one. There was more. I went and listened to a bunch of them where I think at this point in this guy's life, he's got a much better handle on who he is and what's going on. And he's bringing everything to the center where it can be discussed. Now, I don't know if that's completely true about everything, but I probably wasn't ever going to give Chris another shot at listening. I got stuff to do. Until I heard those things. And then I went and looked and saw a few more. And I'm not saying that I would switch over and use him as a news source. I'm not telling you we're going to be best friends and hanging out and taking long walks together in Central Park. It's not what I'm saying. I am saying that for him to reach out to us, I'm sure he got some flack for it too. I'm sure he got some shit for even doing that, for reaching out to us. And people like, you know what these fucking guys are about, right? And he probably said, I don't give a shit. I just want to talk about Gen X Talks. And that's kind of what I'm telling you. I don't give a shit about all the other stuff. I just want to talk about Gen X Talks. It wasn't even political. But I'm thankful that the few things that I did see about him are completely different than what I used to see a long time ago. And I haven't called him. I haven't texted him. I haven't used his number. Nothing goes past where we're at right now with it. But I wanted you guys to know that in my story arc, I might give the guy a second listen just to hear what he has to say, to see if he's changed, if he's come a long way in the trials that he's been through in his life. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, I hadn't given it a second thought. But I'm giving it a second thought now. I might give a little bit of a listen to see, and I might be disappointed. I might not be disappointed. But I'm letting you guys know that what we did there had nothing to do with anything. He asked us. He was signing on to our agenda with Gen X Talks. I wasn't signing on to his. And he was nice enough to pass along his cell phone number just to talk as a couple of Gen Xers. But boy, you fuckers out there, you cut bait and slipped out the back door as fast as you could. And you know what? If that's the way you guys feel, stay fucking gone. Just leave and don't even come back, because this, for us, this was nothing more than two old guys talking, promoting our channel and getting some exposure in areas we might not normally get exposure. And I know we've seen a big uptick in Instagram, because he mentioned Instagram a couple times. And Gen X Mom, Mama X, your queen, has been following her numbers. She's almost at 300,000 followers. And there was quite a bump in the 2 or 3 days following Chris's segment on us. So those of you who saw it, thanks for watching. Those of you that are members, like I said, Patreon, General's Lunchbox on Facebook, that's a page, or members in YouTube. You guys got to see the put together video. We did not make that for everybody. It wasn't for public consumption, but all of you guys got to weigh in and see it. And there you go. So there's my explanation on what's going on. What else do we got over here? What do you got, Gen X Mom?
First of all, Trippy says for you to hydrate.
Okay.
Nightbot, welcome to being an extra. It sounds like he lost his membership and he rejoined. Jan Mott's member for 13 months. The Squared Circle with Tech Dumb Dad gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships tonight to Hawaiian 82, Rowdy Bobby, Mokin 420, Rod, and Jack. They all received memberships tonight.
Wait a second. He called himself the what? The
Squared Circle with Tech Dumb Dad.
Why can't Tech Dumb Dad just say something normal? Why does you got to make my brain tie into a knot so early on? It's like, what was that game? What was that game show when we were kids? Circle Gets a Square. Remember that? Or the tic-tac-toe game?
Yeah, Hollywood Square.
Hollywood Squares. It goes, well, circle gets a square, and he gets X gets a square or something. Circle gets an X. That's what he's doing. He's tying my brain. Okay, go ahead. Anything else?
There's a few people in the chat on YouTube that are here because of Cuomo's show. They made a comment about it.
Far out. That's kind of cool. I dig that.
Daryl Jr., $5, watching from Illinois. The Squared Circle with Tech Dumb Dad, $5. Salute Bottom of the Glass Nation, Handsome General, Beautiful Mama X, ZEO, and the awesome Gen X staff. Have a drink or 12 with me tonight. I need some truth.
I'm trying to get there, my man. I'm trying to get there.
Loud One, $5. If they left because of you being on there, they can... He flipped off. Brother Bruns, $50. The older we get, the more digestion issues zap our energy and fatigue our bodies. For the General's nutrition counseling with Marcy Zavala and any required supplements, they really help. As for Cuomo, it's free PR.
Yep, that's the way I figured it too.
Loud One, $10. The whole thing of us Gen X is we don't judge people. Accept them for who they are. Don't force your opinion on someone else. Just talk about it. You might learn something.
Yeah, well, these people didn't want to learn anything. They just wanted to pass judgment and leave.
Valerie Walker is asking, how is Gen X Mom doing? We'll get to that. Daryl Jr., $2. I'm surprised people actually got mad about that.
They got super mad about it. They weren't just mad. They were super mad. They were part of the Justice League mad.
Brent Went Fishing gifted 5 memberships to Valerie Walker, Cue Ball, Robert, Christmas Goose, and John Powell. They all got memberships tonight. And then the last one right now, Justin Bennett, member for 11 months. Almost got my big red one, so I ain't going anywhere.
Thought he was saying his big boy pants.
However, I'd bet given enough time, you could turn any left-leaning guest to our side, General.
Nightbot says, sorry, my membership never auto removes. I don't cancel it. You said Brother Buns, right? My whole screen turned pink with Brother Buns for $50. You read that, right?
Yes, I did.
What is on there? Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on there. Good Lord, he wrote a bunch in there.
And I read it all.
Okay. All right. So that was one thing we wanted to cover. We'll go back to the picture, the drag and drop section of the program. But the Chris Cuomo thing was heavy on my mind, as they say. So a couple pictures right here we'll go through real quick. We had, as far as the gold coins are concerned, and those of you who are paying attention to the gold coins, there will be 50 gold coins hidden throughout America, not necessarily in 50 different states. I'm not hiding anything in Alaska, but Last week, we had a new coin get hidden in a new state. We also had one that got found, one of the harder ones to find. You guys were really struggling with these clues. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're hiding 50 coins around the United States. We're giving you clues. You have to solve a bunch of clues and then go find it physically, drive there, get the gold coin, and they're all over. And you can go to genxtalks.com and then scroll around for the gold coin, the little picture, and it clicks and takes you to another page, and that's where the clues are, the pictures there. So this was one. I threw this out there because a new coin was hidden and one was found. Who found the coin? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, I'm glad you asked because it was your very own Care Brat. Now, she wrote some other names in here. I can't. When she wrote me the email, she sent me the picture of her holding the coin. She did get the coin. Coin 25 was found. There's Care Brat holding the coin, and where she found it, you can see it was glued underside. It was glued underside of a big sign, and there was like 25 of these signs spread out over 50 acres, and it was a Civil War battlefield. And the clues led you to this place and led you. Then you had to walk these trails and search all the signs until you found it, and she did. But it was funny when she sent the email. She says, "Hey, General, it's Care Brat. I found the coin. Blah blah blah. Care Brat, I got the coin. Blah blah blah. Here's a picture of me, Care Brat, with the coin." Then the very last paragraph, she added the other two guys' names. Like, okay, I gotta have their name. I don't remember what they are, but I did post it. If you go to the coin page, I did post it, so it has their names on it. But Care Brat, yes.
Kristen Dvorak wants to know, any in the Midwest yet?
This one was in the Midwest. There's another one in the Midwest. There's 3 more going up in the Midwest. Yeah, this one was in the Midwest. This one was in Oklahoma. And there's, I can't tell you the other state, but there's other ones going out very soon. And there's going to be, in the next 3 weeks, there's probably going to be 10 hidden East Coast and Midwest. But look at Care Brat there. She's so cute. And she got that. We love Care Brat around here, but she got the coin. And what happens is once all the coins are found, everyone will get all their prizes, but then just those people, just the winner. You have to have the gold coin to participate in the final round, which is a big prize. We're getting a sponsor involved. There's going to be a big, either a cash prize or you could win something from them, but it's going to be something big. We're getting a sponsor, an advertiser on board to get behind it, so we can call it the Kirby vacuum cleaner, the gold coin, whatever we're doing. It'll be one of those deals. I told them we'll say their name, but they're paying you guys to do this, so this will be a big thing when we get done. But you got to get one of the original coins. I will tell you this. Gen X Mom, you know that there's one coin, well, the first one you and I hid together, but the one we drove out of state for, that we had that great trip.
Yes.
I want to tell you, there's no lie, I'll bet you that 30 people have solved it and know where it is and either can't get to it or got there and wrote me back, said, I looked everywhere, and they can't find it. And you know where I hid it. It is not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to climb upside down 4 stories in the outside of a brick building and start scraping away stucco. And you don't even have to dig for this. You can physically stand and touch it with your hand. It's not hidden.
We do have somebody in the area that can go check.
Oh, we do. We do.
Yeah,
well,
for another time.
That's right. There is almost no chance that someone would find that on accident. Not with what I did. But the clues are great. They haven't found it yet. Now, you know what? If they had found the spot and took a picture and go, you can tell where the coin was glued, but it's gone, they would tell us. And it's obvious when you find out where it's like if you're finding a treasure map and the treasure map is a big X marks the spot and you take a picture of the X, then you dig down and no treasure, I would believe you because you found the X. Well, there's something similar to an X at that location. You can't miss it. Anyway, so that just letting you guys know. The coins are still out there. The ones we say are out there. But congratulations, Care Brat and John Doe #1 and John Doe #2. Thank you for participating.
People are asking where the coins are going. So we've got quite a few that are going to be showing up somewhere in the Midwest. And then we have East Coast going to be dwindling out there.
There's five getting hidden on the East Coast in a week. And there's 5 more getting hid in the Midwest in a week. We are going to take some on the west of the Rockies, My wife has a date she has to go to in Las Vegas with our grandson, and I think I am going to drop her off there, and I am going to drive from Las Vegas and head towards the Rockies, and I'm going to drop off at least one, maybe 2 or 3 coins on that side too, so you'll be looking for some in there. But Northern California has been found. There was one in Eugene, Oregon that was found. They've been all over. We've been pretty good about spreading them out, and you guys have been pretty good about finding them, but a couple of them have stumped you, so they'll talk about that later too. What the fuck is going on here? A stupid screen. Oh, come on, man. You really gonna fuck with me on this? How do you? I'd press like one button and my whole screen goes wacky. Fucking
Disney
weirdo.
Mama Sammy Joe, $2. It's high up here. I don't like heights. Love you all. Sammy Joe is in flight from Boston to California. So she is up in the air at the moment. So everybody on Facebook, if we're up on Facebook, your moderator is missing tonight or is in flight to California. The squared circle with Tech Dumb Dad, $5. It's a boxing reference. They call the boxing ring the squared circle because we are in a fight, General.
I got that. Maybe Dr. McDreamy would have got that. I should have asked him what that meant if I'd have known. He'd have been able to help me out.
Diane Reed on Facebook Personal, love you guys, 200 stars sent. Kelly Dix, Booze Fun, 100 stars sent.
Thank you.
Heavy Hard Drive, $2. Congrats on Gen X Talks for joining Gen X Talks.
That was a post. I don't know if anybody. I didn't know anybody saw that. Did you see that come through, sweetheart? That came through and it had it was from YouTube. And it said, "Congratulations, Gen X Talks. Your billing has gone through for $4.99. You can now access Gen X Talks and have all the features that their channel has to offer."
No.
And it was a picture of the little Marvin character joining the round circle with the white letters GXT, and it let us know that we joined Gen X Talks and we could now participate in all the things there was. So
yeah.
I posted that Gen X Talks has now joined Gen X Talks. Well, I think it's important to lead by example. If you're going to follow and you're going to pay a couple bucks, we should be doing it too.
Dr. McDreamy, the fight doctor, has checked in with me and said he got the reference. And Sean MacArthur on Facebook sending 100 stars to the happy couple. I would have gave 200, but can't buy stars for some reason. But nonetheless, glad to be part of the bottom of the glass nation.
How did you buy 100 stars if you couldn't buy 200 stars?
I would have gave 200, but can't buy stars for some reason.
You know what? I call bullshit on that.
Tugboat 420, member for 26 months tonight.
Where the fuck has that guy been? That guy's name has not come across the screen in 6 months. Good God. All right.
That is it.
All right. So let me go back to what I'm talking about here. Boom, 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 boom. Doom. So there's certain things that come to our household on the grocery store. And, it ebbs and flows. There's certain staples when our family likes something, then my wife keeps buying it. And then things disappear. And like, hey, what? You don't buy those anymore. She goes, oh, I don't like them anymore. We didn't do it anymore. One of them was the Hawaiian rolls, the little Hawaiian roll biscuit things. And I really like those. And those don't appear in our meals anymore. They haven't for over a year. And all of a sudden, they started appearing on our dinner plates. These little.
You're not supposed to have gluten, just like me.
Okay, well, we get them now. Every now and then we get these little Hawaiian rolls. These little things. They're so good. And I thought, well, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to ask why we all of a sudden got them back. But I was in the pantry the other day, and I happened to notice the Hawaiian rolls. Let me tell you why all of a sudden she started buying them again. It has nothing to do with anything about the content in the container. Look at there. That's the new marketing for the rolls. I think I found out why she started buying those again. I'm not sure what she's thinking, but I will tell Dr. McDreamy I think her hormone adjustments are working with Marcy and him readjusting the hormone stuff and the pills and stuff. I'm gonna say it's working because we now have these Hawaiian rolls back in our lives, and I'm thinking now that I found this is the packaging in the pantry. I think I know why. Well, that's just me. All right, so she thinks she's 25 years old again. She's not. All right, let's move on. Boom, 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 boom. I got upset at myself the other day, and I was trying to recenter myself like we all do. What is that? That's not the right one. Where's the right one? Don't. Trying to recenter myself. And when I do, I go backwards and I think about my friends that I've had since high school. I think about my family and the people that are still here, people that have passed away. And I try to try to get to a point when I'm like, okay, what am I shooting for in life? What am I going for? You know what I realized? I'm trying to get a memory back. I'm trying to launch myself forward, sell my house, sell everything I own, drive off into the sunset, take the money I've got and put it right here to something small, and then accomplish a goal, accomplish a feeling, try to get something. And I realize this is from a long time ago, maybe foolishly. I'm trying to recapture my youth, or at least the feeling. I'm not trying to be 175 pounds again and devilishly handsome. I'm perfectly content with this level of handsomeness. But then I ran across a picture and I thought, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm looking for. Now, before you guys got all excited, years ago, it might have been a hotel room with some Singapore hookers. No. Here's what I was going for. Let's go to the drag and drop section of the program. I just found a picture, and I think we can all relate to this in some fashion. But if I can get to this point in my life again, I'm going to be perfectly content. And I'll show it to you. It's right there. Look at that. That's all I want. I think on a warm summer day with a tank top and an ice cold bottle of Coca-Cola, and the glass, I'm telling you, millennials and Gen Zs, glass tastes better. I don't know why. You guys, well, it's the same formula. It's the same stuff inside. You're full of shit, General. I've heard that from you guys for 40 years now. I'm telling you, it tastes different in a glass. But if I can get to that point in my life, I will be more than happy to just ride out the rest of my existence at that level of comfort. That kid doesn't have a care in the world. You know what? You know what the biggest care in that kid's world is right now? Is when he runs out of Coke and he's got to put the bottle in the recycling bin and move on. And whatever he's doing the rest of his day. That's it. That's the level I'm trying to achieve. Maybe I'm foolishly trying to do it. Maybe I'll never get there. But if I do, I promise you, I'll be more than happy about it. All right, so this is a controversial topic, too. I want to talk about something. It's a little political, a little bit touched there, but let's touch on it briefly. Supreme Court upholds gun ban for domestic violence restraining orders. Now, this is a very complicated thing. It went through the courts a couple years back. They revisited part of it now, and they upheld it. I got to say, first of all, I'm 100% a Second Amendment guy. Period. End of story. I hate when people say, well, the Second Amendment gives you the right to have a gun. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Did you know that? Oh, no, you're wrong on that, General. The Second Amendment gives you the right to... No. Read what it says. Does the Second Amendment of our Constitution say, okay, we are writing this to you to let you know you're allowed to have a gun? No. It says the right to bear arms, the right to carry that weapon, the right to protect yourself, which is already there. We're not giving it to you. It already exists. We're commenting on it. I'm gonna make a comment about the right to bear arms that you already have. Ready? The right to bear arms shall not be infringed upon. You know why they wrote it that way? Because back then they weren't allowed to write in the Constitution, the right to bear arms shall not be fucked with. Don't fucking touch it. The right is already there. Everybody's got it. All we're saying is we're acknowledging that everyone has the right to bear arms and don't fuck with it. Okay. With that being said, God damn it. Where'd I go here? Well, I'm sure fucking the dog on this one. How about that? Okay. Are there cases when a person shouldn't have a gun? Yeah, absolutely. If they're mentally fucked in the head, don't give them a gun. There are a lot of people that are mental that should not have a weapon anywhere near them at all. I even think that there's some people that have anger issues that should not have a gun. But the problem is, if you can't write a law that says, wow, that guy loses his temper and he smashes things and he's doing bad, so we need to take guns, because then they would say that about anybody they want to. They could walk up to you and go, well, you look angry to me. You can't have a gun anymore. Well, I'm not angry. Well, you look angry. And the DA says you look angry, and the lawyers think you're angry, and the court says you're angry, so you're angry, no gun. Once you do that, there's a roadmap to where they can take everything. So you can't touch it. You can't touch that. You can't. I'm sorry. There's absolutely things where I don't think mentally unstable people should have a gun, but you can't write that law because they'll just deem you mentally unstable. Simple. They would love for that. They would love for you to go along with that. This one, a little bit different. If you've had a domestic violence restraining order placed on you, if you've been combative, if you've caused bodily injury to someone, you put someone in the hospital on a domestic violence, if you beat your kids and you got arrested and convicted, if you beat your wife, you got arrested and convicted, if there is a standing restraining order against you for you being abusive, and you've already done it, you've already lost your cool and fucked up kids and fucked up women, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. The problem is what happens when a guy gets a restraining order, because you can get a restraining order for any reason at any time on any person. There was a woman in the late 80s or early 90s that got a restraining order against David Letterman because she went into a judge and said, David Letterman comes through my television over the airwaves and he's fucking with me. He's stressing me out. He's going to kill me. The judge signed the order. You're like, yeah, all right. David Letterman, stay away from this woman. So you can literally get a restraining order for anything at any time. Now, if they want to take weapons away from somebody, all they have to do is say, hey, go get a restraining order against that person. Even if the restraining order is dropped, technically you did have a restraining order against you. So they tied it together with domestic violence. If you read the fine print on that, it has to do with arrest and convictions and abuse, and there's bodily harm and stuff, and women and kids. So again, starting down that slippery slope, at this moment, I think it'll do more good than harm, but you never know when you're going to misstep on a law and open up a can of worms to where you're screwed and they can strip you of the right under some technicality. You got to be very careful about that. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
Danny H. just made a comment, $5. Being accused of and convicted of are two different things. Red flag laws just being reworded.
Right. It is, and Danny's right on that. You got to be very careful on how you put these things together because the liberals seem to want to find any loophole in what you say. You're trying to do something good, and they want to twist it where they can push their agenda. Watch out for that. Anytime you see something getting close to being that kind of a problem. Did you turn off the air in here?
I don't touch.
Well, I'm starting to sweat up a storm. Could be just dying. I often get really sweaty and hurting before I die, just so you know. All right. So what else is stuff? Drink and drop. Stuff in here. All right. Let me see if I got this right, because I was going to bring this up the other day, and I almost didn't have the heart to do it. Let's see if I can find. There's 3 pictures in a row. Let me see if I get these right. Dum. Okay. I'm going to bring this in here. There's 3 pictures in a row. This is something I have joked with my kids about. I have joked with you guys about it, and then somebody did it. All right. And holy shit, if that isn't a fucking thing and a half there, boy, get that down to size. So what if you went to McDonald's and you said in McDonald's and said, how much is it for a cheeseburger? And they tell you, and you say, okay, well, how much is it for an extra patty? And they say, well, it'll be $1.50 for a patty. And you say, okay, well, I want to take, God, this is just irritating the shit out of me when these things are in here like this. I don't know why these things save in this format. It just pisses me off to no end. But if you went in there and you said, okay, if I want an extra patty, it's an extra $2. If I want an extra lettuce, it's this much. I wonder if you ordered something, a triple cheeseburger, no ketchup, no pickle, no onion, no beef, no mustard, no bun, no cheese, no salt. Now, in this scenario, the guy ordered this, and it was still going to be $5.39. What I did this one time. I went to it was at McDonald's, and we pulled up, and they said it's $3.99 for the cheeseburger. I said, okay, how much for an extra patty? The guy says $1.50. I said, so it's $3.99 for the double cheeseburger, the thing. And then he goes, all right, but it's $1.50 per patty. I've got 2 patties. I'm going to give you back my 2 patties, and that should be $3 off, right? $1.50 per patty. He goes, no, it's not how it works. I said, wait a second. If I have to charge you $1, if you're going to charge me $1.50, if you're going to charge me $1.50 for a patty, an extra patty, if I take off a patty, don't I get $1.50 off? If I take 2 patties off, wouldn't I get $3 off? Now, instead of my burger and my meal deal going for $3.99, shouldn't it just be 99 cents? And the kid behind the counter says, well, I see what you're saying. I said, I don't think you do. I said, just like this, I said, you're giving out packets of ketchup and sauces and ranches. I said, what if I want an extra ranch? It's 50 cents. I said, but you're giving me 2 ranches? Yeah, I'm giving you 2 ranches. But if I want extra, they're 50 cents each. Yes. I'm going to give you back the 2 ranches. That's $1 off my meal. And the kid says, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm just using your math. If you're charging me $1.50 for a patty, I'm giving you back 2 patties, take off $3. If you're going to charge me 50 cents per ranch, and I'm giving you back 2 ranches, I want another $1 off. Now, you owe me a penny by my math, and I get the rest of my meal. They said, sir, that's not the way it works. I said, well, I don't understand. How come the patty is worth more when you're selling it than when I'm selling it? It's your patty. And I've done that on a couple of occasions. I've seriously sat down with young kids at a drive-thru or at a counter and said, pencil it out, man. Get a piece of paper. Let's write this out. You're fucking with me. So this guy does it through DoorDash. This guy does one here, and he orders without anything in it. He orders all the stuff. I swear to God, if this next picture comes up all fucked up and big, I'm going to be pissed. Let's see, where is it? That's this one. That's that one. Okay, let me close that out. The drag and drop section of the program. I'm going to have to change this. This is going to be such a pain. Oh, that one turned out better. All right. So there he was. Subtotal was $3.59. When he took off all of his stuff, they still charged him $3.59. His service fee was $3. His tax was 37 cents. The DoorDash tip was $10. He was paying $16.90 for nothing. He gave it all back. They have a price for extra bun, extra lettuce, extra cheese, extra ketchup, extra onions. They have a price for each one of those. He gave it all back. The price should have evened out. It should have been $0. He did it on DoorDash. And they still said, well, your base total is going to be $3.59. He's like, for what? I gave you all the shit back. What the fuck are you talking about? The dumbest part of this whole thing, he went through with it. He wanted to see what would happen. So now think about this. Now, I'm not saying all of you working at McDonald's are idiots. I'm sure some of you are lovely individuals and you're doing a good job and you do work hard and you pay attention. But I think we can all agree that their fast food people fuck up a lot of shit. All right? And I know it's really complicated. It's really, really complicated. But you do have a team behind you of one guy building the burgers and one guy doing the fries. It's not like when you get to your job, you had to do it all. You just have to look at the order, put it in the bag, and hand it out the window. Can we agree on that? Good. Glad you're coming along with me. So in this particular situation, what does this guy have to do? What is his responsibility when he's putting this thing together when the guy doesn't have any sandwich coming at all? Nothing. What should he... Well, if he's getting a triple cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger, I guess it should be in the double cheeseburger container, the wrapper, and put it in a bag. At this point, that is the extent of that guy's job. McDonald's is making a fucking killing on this because they're getting $3.59 plus tax for selling nothing. This is a good proposition for them. I think McDonald's would do this all day. All they have to do is have an employee not fuck it up. So the guy orders it from DoorDash. He gets it delivered, and here's what he gets delivered to him. Yeah. He gets it in a deluxe McCrispy just for you wrapper, which was folded up inside there in that box. He couldn't even get the fucking box right. Of all the things you got to do through all this dilemma, and you have to know what's going on when you start doing the order. You just got to put it in the right fucking box. One job. Couldn't even get that right. So this was all over social media a while back. I thought it was funny. They had a lot of pictures displaying stuff. Even the conversation with the DoorDash and McDonald's going, "You're sure you want this, right?" He goes, "Yeah, this is what I want. I want to see how fucked up your Gorilla Common Core math is on your side of the fence." And guess what? We found out. That's what happened. That's what he got. When he got it all done, didn't even come in the right fucking box. I know everybody's mad at me for bringing you can't judge people like that. I know I get confused and stuff, but the things are confusing to me in the real world. There's another one that was confusing, and I didn't know how to take this, so I figured I'd bring it to you guys. I would submit this to you, the jury of my peers, as Exhibit A. It says there's a sign, "Keep back from the platform edge, or you may get sucked off." Keep back from the platform edge, or you might get sucked off. Now, I don't know about most of you out there, and I'm sure the women don't give a shit at all, but there's a lot of old boys out there like me going, to be fair, can someone point me in the direction of the platform? You just show me. No, I'm asking for a friend. I'm just saying, you show them where the platform. I don't know where the platform is. I'm not sure what this is pertaining to, but I think in the fairness of investigation and getting to the bottom, getting to the truth, I think myself and about 10 other guys, we should go on a road trip and investigate this. Let's find out where this platform is, and let's set the record straight in the interest of science and news, of course. Yeah. You know what someone told me today, and I can't believe this is true. I don't know if this is true or not. And Gen X Mom, see if you knew this. You've been around the sun a long time, 56 laps around the sun. Is it true? Because I want to say, when did you learn this? If it's true, it may not be true. I might be full of shit. Newspaper. Newspaper is for north, east, west, south. And then the word paper has to do with, there's like two other words that form the word paper for printed something. Is that true?
No.
It's not.
No.
You're sure?
Yes. That is
Because
a fake. That I know it makes sense, but that's a fake thing that was running around the internet.
Because I didn't know that. I'm like, how did I not know that? Is that because it makes sense, but I don't think it was. Who would take this big long word and these three words for paper and it is newspaper, north, east, west, south? That's not right, is it?
I was falling for it, and then I did some research on it, and that is not true.
All right, so I was not bamboozled my whole life. Apparently, I had it right at 11 years old, delivering newspapers. Gen X Mom, what do you got for us?
All right. I have Scott Royston gifted 5 memberships tonight to Forrest, Deb, Takasama, Charles, and Shane LaRoe. They all got memberships. $20 from Brother Bruns. From a professional perspective, some laws and regulations are written to cast a wide net, whereas some are written with precision.
Yep.
The difference is typically political affiliation, and laziness. That's our reality.
I would agree with that.
Charles Clark, $20 epic fail. I can't remember what that was for, but that's what he sent.
Probably one of the pictures we showed. Probably the McDonald's thing.
Charles Clark gifted 10 memberships. Thank you all for gifting all these memberships tonight. CBO Bobo, Go Smoke a Toad, Schmicky.
Schmicky!
Chipmunk Michael, JTO Poker, Mary's. Oh, 10. The Consultant, Greg and Stacy Dobbs, Endlessly Edgy, and Justin all received memberships tonight. And John Morgan, $2, only if the Hakta girl is by the platform.
No, say it right.
Hakta.
Hakta.
Whatever.
Come on, you got to say it right.
That is the stupidest thing ever.
If the Hakta, you got to spit on that thing. If she's by the platform, now it's starting to make more sense. John Morgan's correct. What?
Dumb.
Well, she was just being interviewed. She didn't know she was going to be internet famous for laughing at she was at a county fair or something, and then she says, "Oh, you got to spit on that thing." I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny when it first came out. I saw it like day one, and I didn't think nothing of it. Now it's blown up. So even John Morgan, he said, the Hawk 2 girl's got to be at the end of that platform. For those of you that don't know, you don't know. Just laugh, nod, smile, carry on. We'll pretend you're right up there with the rest of us. All right. What else was there? Things to be said, things to be talked about. Bum, 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 bum. I could do a couple of these for you. So we did have some stuff. I told you I'd show you from the Cultural Arts Festival, and that was down in Torrance. We went down there. Gen X Mom's back was hurting, so I went down there with Trippy Dippy Pineapple and Briggs. And
Hold on a second. Loud One goes, we found something Gen X Mom doesn't do. You want to know something? First of all, that's none of your fucking business.
We found something she won't.
And I think spitting is the most disgusting thing on the planet, whether you're a guy or a girl.
Men would agree with you. You should never spit.
Okay, so good. I'm not going any farther.
But if you don't spit, you have to.
Yeah, I know.
That was funny. Loud One. Loud One. He's gonna get member of the century for that comment. That was fucking great. All right. Yes,
we have found
something that Gen X Mom won't do. She does not haktua. Yeah, go ahead.
We have Joe Derek from the Philippines is reporting in some news. I know this isn't a world show, but China invading the Philippines waters and attacking our Coast Guard and fishermen this week. He is right there.
Yeah, that's been ramping up. Hey, write me that email again. Let's get on the phone and talk about this. Write me that email. You've written me before, genxdad@genxtalks.com. It's time to start doing some homework with you. We got to spend some time on the phone, buddy, because you're down there looking out your front door. Thank you for chiming in on that. Yes, it's not a world show, but it's that important. Well done, young man. Well done. All right. He's trying to make up for it now. Loud One, $21. We love you, Gen X Mom. You just made that way too easy.
$21 isn't going to cut it.
$21 isn't going to cut. And to be fair, she doesn't make anything easy. No, I've been married to her way too long. None of that comes easy. All right. So we go back. We digress to where we were with the Toka Palooza thing, the Cultural Arts Festival. That was Trippy Dippy, Briggs, and I. We went down there. We set up, and we met some people and some sponsors and stuff. I won't go through all the pictures with you, but there's a few I'd like to show you. Some things to touch on. There's another one right there. We met a lot of people down there, and there was a lot of fans down there that came up and said hello to us. It was funny that one guy, this guy with the hat, he's on the upper right of your screen up there. He came marching from across the way, dragging his wife with him. He came marching, goes, "You're my hero. You are my hero, man. You're my hero." And he came loudly from across the courtyard. And then we got Bert Kreischer up there in the upper left. That was kind of cool. And then the lady down at the bottom of the screen, I'm trying to pull it up so you can see her. She came across there, and her husband, who's the guy in the dark glasses and the brown shirt, she was walking right by her booth and not saying anything. And he goes, "Hey, that's your guy." And she goes, "My guy?" She goes, "That's your guy standing right there." And all of a sudden she went, "My guy." And I guess I was the guy. So on that particular day, ladies and gentlemen, I was the hero and I was also the guy. Let's not forget that. We can put that on my resume. The hero and the guy. And both things are definitely sought after things to be. All right, where's another one? The event filled up. It's kind of a blurry picture for you guys, but the event eventually filled up. There was a couple of bands that played, a lot of people dancing. There was a big crowd, and there was more inside too. A lot of the vendors were inside, and then we ran into Daniel set that up. I thought I had a picture of Daniel up there. That bums me out. I was going to show you guys a picture of Daniel who put that whole thing together. Now I can't find his picture, but he had one artist. She is an artist. He says, "I really want you to meet this artist." He knows her. She's a friend of mine, and she wants some help promoting her stuff. And usually we'll think about it. What does she do? Who is she? What does she got? What can we promote? Can we help? We just don't want to just willy-nilly throw it out there. And as soon as he introduced her to me, to the group, I said, "Yes, we will help." And Daniel, our event manager, says, "Well, you haven't heard what she wants you guys to do." I said, "I don't care. I'm in. I'm a very helpful, loving, and generous guy." And immediately, I just looked in this girl's eyes, and I knew that she was one that we needed to help at Gen X Talks. So we're going to do some promotion for her, but I thought I'd let you see who we're promoting. Yeah, this is her. I just thought it was important, of all the vendors that were out there today, all of the artists, when this one came up and said, can you help me with my, yes, before she even answered, I put my hand in this, yes, ma'am, we can absolutely help you. And she says, well, you don't even know. I said, doesn't matter. We are at your service. And so we'll be helping her in any way that we possibly can. Just so you know, her name is Bregan, by the way. And I can't remember her last name. I guess that doesn't matter. But the thing you guys are going to find funny about her, if you guys went to the webpage, there's a little thing on this, the people we saw and the sponsors that were there. She draws pictures and paints pictures, makes of gummy bears, and she makes them chrome looking or metal looking. So she has all these pictures of chrome and metal gummy bears, not Care Bears, gummy bears. And she gave me an explanation. She just loves gummy bears. I didn't know why she loves gummy bears. She's loved gummy bears for her whole life, just something in her. And now she draws them, and now she paints them, and then she puts them out for people to buy, and she goes to the shows down there. I fell in love with chrome gummy bears for some reason, and I think chrome gummy bears are the way to go. I think chrome gummy bears should be a staple in the Gen X Talks lore, if you will. So yeah, there's that fact. So look forward to some personal one-on-one attention, maybe an interview in studio with Bregan, who's gummy bear chrome and metal gum. It's important, ladies and gentlemen.
John Morgan, $2. Sure, it was the eyes.
Oh yeah. You could look deep into her soul and see she was a girl who just had some needs, and she needed someone to come in and save the day. And I do play the part of the white knight rather well. I do. I've been well established in homesteading those events. So just let you guys know that's a real thing, a real person, and I'm really the guy who might be able to do it. Thank you, Daniel, for introducing me to chrome gummy bears. That was a huge thing. All right, was there anything else? Oh, yeah, we're talking about signs and things that don't make sense. This one, the kid tried to steal from me the other day. I want you to see this on the back of a pancake syrup bottle. Okay, sugar, water, caramel flavoring, blah, blah, blah. To get better taste, keep at least 25. Keep at less than 25 degrees. Okay, that's fucking cold. 25 degrees in your freezer or your refrigerator, and things are freezing, right? So what do the instructions say? To get a better taste, keep at less than 25 degrees, cool after opening. So keep this thing at 25 degrees. Then when I open it, cool it. To what? To what temperature? Read on. Do not freeze. Oh, fuck. So it's got to be colder. It's got to be colder than 25 degrees. When I open it, I got to keep it cool, but not freeze, because the next instruction, do not freeze, and keep away from the tractor. Keep away from tractor and sunshine. Now, I don't know where I live, and I'm in rural California. We're in the land where they're farmland. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm even in the agricultural area, the kids in FFA. I got to say, I've never run into a situation where I found myself as a father, whoa, with the syrup bottle. Get away from the tractor. Get away from the fucking tractor. Bring that back here. Do not take the syrup near the tractor.
Are they talking 20? People are asking 25 Celsius or Fahrenheit?
It just says 25 degrees. I don't know. Didn't say.
People are saying based on the label, it's 25 Celsius.
Well, you don't know because it didn't say. But no matter what you guys are saying right there, no matter what you're coming up with about Celsius, what the fuck? Okay, go ahead. We'll go Celsius on you. All right. What does it have to do with the tractor? Come on, Brainiacs. Come on, all you Bill Nye the Science Guy. Well, generally, if you look at the labeling on there, we're pretty sure that the metric systems comes into play. They're talking about the degrees in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So you're missing the point of the label, General. Blah, 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 blah. Fine. Let's skip to the tractor part, genius. Why don't you spell me a minute on that one? I'll sit back and you come up with some explanation of how the metric system, I got to keep my syrup bottle away from the fucking tractor because that's what it said. Yeah, all of a sudden your keyboards got real quiet, didn't they? All right. Listen, I had a few more things to talk about, but they weren't as important as the stuff I just said. I got the big stuff out of the way. Dragging ass a little bit down here. Is there anything else in the sheets, honey?
Daniel Velasquez, member for 27 months. It's not going to spit on itself.
That was directed to you, not me.
I'm just reading.
A little bit of the hawk to. It ain't going to do it. Ain't going to hawk to itself. Oh, that was funny. Anyway. We should have known with how popular that thing is on the internet right now that somebody would bring that around when I was talking about that sign on. I'm guessing it's a pier. I'm guessing it has to do with the boat engines. There's some, I'm guessing, but I don't know. What do I know? Maybe it's a subway going by. You get near the edge of it. I don't know. But that was funny how you guys brought that around. Listen, I'm running out of steam, guys. Now listen. Here, remember the whole thing we started with? We're gonna have to talk about all this. Then the letdown. Talk about all the fun stuff. Letdown. All right. So today is Tuesday, and normally we take tomorrow off from broadcasting. We do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I'm behind on a few things, but I can get it done. And then Thursday, the Bottom of the Glass show. Friday is the World show. Friday, the podcast drops. And then Friday night's the Garage show. The problem is that all of the Gen X Talk staff is going to be in Anaheim at VidCon. We got our T-shirts made up. We all match. We got VidCon on the back. The girls have the V-necks. The guys have the crew cut. And we're going down there for those days. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be down. Maybe we can get home in time Saturday, maybe. Now, we did the... What are you interrupting me about?
Because Danny H. is asking, is moderator appreciation night rescheduled? Thought it was tonight.
Yeah, we did. Well, Danny H., if you'd pay attention to the membership stuff, it's been posted on all the platforms everywhere. It's been on Patreon. It's been on the member site, for the community members only area for YouTube, and it's been on the General's Lunchbox on Facebook. It's been out there. Big pink bum, 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 bum. And it was rescheduled. We don't know when yet, but I didn't want to do it tonight with having one of our favorite moderators, Sammy Joe, on an airplane. She wanted to be part of it. She wanted to be here for it. And so we needed to have her here. So we rescheduled it, and we will pick a time when everyone can participate. We don't want to leave anybody out. So yes, we'll do the moderator appreciation night. Now, you guys all saw the Uncle Joe's podcast where we're screaming at the laptop. We're going to bring the laptop, but this time we're going to bring a couple of microphones that can plug in, and we're going to try to do it that way. I think the kids got a way to hook that up to a laptop to make it work, so we'll do that. And then, so we'll get the podcast out for you on time. If we can get any sort of a decent Wi-Fi signal down in Anaheim, which they choke it down when you're in hotels pretty far, but if I can pay the extra $10, then I promise you we will be flooding you guys with pictures and behind-the-scenes stuff for the members pages. So if you're a subscriber and a member on YouTube or General's Lunchbox on Facebook or part of Patreon, you guys are going to get those. And we would potentially miss Thursday, Friday night, and Saturday shows. That's a lot to miss. We missed them all last year because we were at VidCon. It's important for us to go down there. But I really want to try to stay in contact with you guys. So I'm going to try real hard to put out something, even if we have to simulcast on Friday nights, Gen X Mom's OnlyFans page with you guys, just to get content out there. Content. Give, never take. That's what we always say around here. So it's going to be hit and miss. I'm sorry that I missed the Saturday show being sick. That was my fault. I was just too prideful there, and I ruined that. Otherwise, we'd have had good, solid shows all the way up to leaving you. That's why I had to be here tonight. I'm not in perfect shape tonight, but there was no way I was fucking missing tonight. And we'll do what we can. But you're going to have to be part of Patreon to get the emails. You're going to have to be part of one of the membership pages to know what's going on, because there's no way for us to just I can't just put out on Facebook right in the middle of, where the nostalgia memes and the reels are going on. I can't just start throwing out instructions in there. It gets lost in the shuffle. The other one is Discord. Trippy Pineapple Genix Talks has a Discord service, chat rooms, but Trippy will take anything we're doing. He's going to be down there with us, but he can shoot things on Discord in the main chat or the podcast or wherever, update you guys, let you guys know what we're doing. He's really diligent about never missing any of that, ever, ever, ever. Sometimes I don't go on there for 4 or 5 days, and when I finally do, I look back, he hasn't missed anything. Every picture's up there for every show. He's really diligent about it. So there's a couple ways we can get to you guys, but you guys got to be part of it. So if you don't know what's going on, go to the website, genxtalks.com, poke around. There's links to where you can go, or you can email trippypineapple at genxtalks.com. Ask him where to find stuff. Ask him how to get into stuff. He'll tell you, and we'll go from there. I don't want to miss any shows with you guys, but VidCon is once a year. It's important for Gen X Talks to have a presence down there. VidCon is very, very liberal. It's very, very TikTok. TikTok sponsors it almost every year. And when we go down there, we are literally sticking our finger in their face when we go do it. And this time we're going down with T-shirts, and we're going to poke around everything and be visible and talk to anybody who wants to talk to us. We're not backing down just because there are a bunch of kids in there that are on TikTok and they are very left leaning. I don't care. We're going down there in force. And especially me, I'm going to be the center pin on it with my dark glasses and my big T-shirt. So just know that what we're doing, and we're standing up for everybody. We're standing up for you guys too. We're going to make our presence known. We're going to miss some things, but I swear to God, I'm going to try to get on there and do some stuff with you. And we'll try very hard not to miss. We'll try very hard not to miss anything. But what we do, please forgive us in advance, and we'll summarize it all when we get back. All right, Gen X Mom, anything else before we go?
Yes. Graham Gordon, $2. Shout out to the Florida Panthers win yesterday. Mr. Big Daddy M gifted 5 memberships tonight to E. Ross, Gary, Lauren, Jim, and Hugh. They all got
Mr. Big Daddy M?
Yes.
I have never heard that name. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate Big Daddy M.
That is it.
That's it. Well, that means we got to go. That means we're out of here. Let me find the button before I get so
I
screwed
told
up.
everybody that I'll try and do some lives here and there while we're walking around, or you guys are walking around. Maybe I could just turn on the phone and go for it.
Even if you just record it, let's say you recorded a bunch of stuff, and then you came to me that night when we crashed out after dinner and said, hey, I got 5 or 6, then I'll post it. And we can post it for people in lieu of live. We can have extra content. That would be great. Absolutely great. We'll tell Sammy Joe to do that too. She's always got her phone in her hand, so that'll be a good thing. All right. Listen, I got to get out of here. We got packing to do. We got to leave tomorrow morning. We got to go pick up the T-shirts. We're going to be on the road. If the kid's in the front seat with me and she wants to do some live streams, I don't mind doing it on the way down there just to give you guys some weird off the cuff stuff. I'm going to tell you now, it's probably, if there's just a phone, it's probably going to be on YouTube, because our phones don't go everywhere. So if you're on Facebook, you're on Rumble, you're on either Facebook page, you might want to stay tuned to some of the action on YouTube just to check in, because that's the one thing we get the constant. Our home is YouTube of all the stuff we do. That's where most of our content is. So our phones are all set to that. We get a good connection with Google, and everything usually runs well, especially with the truck. The truck locks in, it blends in with Google, and we do well. So we'll try it there. If we got any chance to do something, we'll do it with you guys. We'll try to get it out on all the platforms when we stop with the laptop, but it's going to be on YouTube if it's on the phone. Listen, I got to go. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you had a little over an hour of your evening to waste, what better place to waste it than right here with Gen X Talks? Thank you very much for tuning in around the world, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things. 1, wherever you go, there you are. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.